Yes, everybody. This is the Washington Wrestling Rankings podcast. I am Matt. He is Sam Otto. Sam, you were on the golf course this morning. Was it hot out there? I mean, it wasn't that hot in comparison to the last couple of days. It was a heater early in the week. But how'd the golf game go?
It was perfect. The weather was perfect. My golf game was not perfect.
I was about to say, was the golf game perfect
or
not?
I was playing a scramble. For us golfers out there, you know how it goes. When you're playing a scramble, then you kind of just you let the best golfer do the work, and then you just follow up, and you have a nice shot every now and then. But yeah, no, it was great. Super excited to be doing the podcast now though, and be back on here and be with you, and we're bringing on Jojo and Caesar. This is going to be super fun.
Yes, we have Jojo and Caesar coming on here tonight. But first, we want to say thank you to everybody who tuned into our last stream. It got well over 1,500 views. We really appreciate everybody sharing and liking and subscribing. And if you guys are a fan of this or want to see us continue to do our thing, we really appreciate the likes, the shares, the follows. We're really trying to grind hard. I mean, it seems like I'm on the phone with you every day, Sam, just trying to figure out how we can continue to, do more. It seems like we can't seem to do enough, and we want to really try to do more and more and more. And that's here today. So let's bring in Jojo and Caesar. Now, Caesar, real quick here, buddy. Big fan, but can you please pronounce your name so I don't have to and mess it up, please?
It is Caesar. Yep.
And your last name?
Quintanilla.
Quintanilla.
Yes.
Like that? All right. Yes.
Quintanilla.
And Jojo. Nisa. With an S?
Yeah.
It's not there.
With the Z.
That's okay, with the Z. Okay, it's not there, but we can hear it. That's the thing. Jojo's a little bit easier. Jojo McDaniel, what's going on, guys? We welcome to the podcast, and Instagram's going crazy. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to try to follow through on the Instagram feed. You guys can go ahead, just put them there. I'll be a little bit late to it just because I got to do everything on this side. But Jojo, let's go ahead and start with you. Welcome. You had a pretty amazing run, third at the U.S. Open, right? And now we're coming over to Fargo, and it's like top three or better. That's where we're going. Is that how you feel, Jojo, heading in here? Now you're there. You just weighed in. Are we on weight?
Yeah, I was on weight. I was about a pound under my weight class.
A pound under. Wow. She's watching all the others like dying over there. She's like, oh, we're good over here. But Jojo, top three or bust. That's got to be how you're feeling.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely coming into this trying to do the best I can. 100% placing or goal to place for sure.
Now you're kind of on the fence about joining us. So it was like kind of like you're not sure. Like, and I wasn't sure either because the schedule was kind of crazy, right? And you just got done with weigh-ins. Was the weight cut hard for you or anything like that? Where you're like, I don't know if I want to do this because I'm cutting weight and I don't know how it's going to happen. What was the weight cut like for you?
The weight cut was somewhat hard. We had national duels about 2 weeks ago, and I cut really hard for that. And then I just tried to maintain around 5 pounds over. It was mostly because a lot of things are changing, and I didn't know how soon weigh-ins were going to get over. There are like so many athletes here. But everything went pretty smoothly. So, yeah.
That's actually one of the very first questions I wanted to ask you is what, excuse me if I'm out of the loop, but is this your first time at Fargo or multiple times? I mean, how many times you been here?
I've been here around 3 times. This is my 3rd time being here. Sophomore year is my first year.
Does it still kind of take your breath away a little bit the second you kind of walk in there and you see all the things, or now do you kind of walk in with a little bit of a chip on your shoulders? Like, listen, I'm coming in here to win this thing. You guys are, what's it like?
It's definitely more of a comfortable environment. The first time was very scary, all the lights, the stage, but now it's just like another tournament. It feels like.
That's awesome. Caesar, how many times have you been to Fargo? Is this your first, second, third? How many times have you been?
This will be my 2nd year.
Okay. And what about the wake up for you? Because you guys don't weigh in for a couple days still, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
It's
has
been
it,
going pretty good. I've been dieting a little bit, just coasting right now, making sure I still feel fit and ready to go, but at the same time, making sure my weight's down.
Now, Caesar, you fly in tomorrow, correct?
Yep.
Or you're heading out. Now, what time do you expect to get to Fargo, and what's your kind of your prep like once you land down? I mean, is it kind of like running with your head cut off there for a little bit until it finally rests, or you guys got it planned out pretty well?
Yeah, we have it planned out pretty well. I know, definitely. I feel like I do better when I have things planned out. So, it just gives me a sense of like, okay, I know what I need to do before the tournament starts.
Good. That's awesome. So Jojo, we'll get back to you. So, it's a big deal. You took third, then second, then first at state, finally got the big one. And, that's something that I've tried my best to kind of talk about on the podcast sometimes because, it's not just with girls, also with boys. It's, sometimes people look at, third, fourth, fifth, sixth in state, something like that. Like we didn't accomplish anything. And now I took third at state. Now Sam's a state champion, guys. Sam did well. Congrats to Sam. I did it, but I felt like I did accomplish what I was after, considering where I came from. And taking third, some people might look at that like, oh, I'm not very good. But look at you. You went from third in state a couple years to third at the U.S. Open in just a couple years. So what changed? I mean, did practice change? Did your mindset change? I mean, for me, it was like, man, I think I can do this. And I think that's all that really changed. I don't know that I got any better as it came down the pipeline, but just believing in myself, I think, is what really changed for me. But what was it for you?
For me, I think that first year in the state, I kind of just walked in seeing like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do, but I'm going to try my best. And then I think after I got third, I was like, okay, I think I can win this thing. And then outside of school season, I think it was definitely a mindset change because for girls, college wrestling is freestyle. So I was like, oh, if I want to wrestle in college, I need to try out freestyle. So a lot of these freestyles tournaments started popping up, and then club wrestling, and coaches would give me the opportunity to wrestle at their clubs too, and I would be able to see more partners and kind of range where my goals are.
So wait a second. When did you start wrestling freestyle?
I think I started sophomore year, right after that.
What in the world? Started wrestling freestyle sophomore year, went to the U.S. Open, placed third. That's incredible in just a couple years. That's awesome. Congratulations. Like, wow. That's so again, did things change? I mean, I know you started wrestling freestyle, but did you start believing in yourself, or did your technique change, your mindset change? Did you maybe grow into your body a little bit more? I mean, what was that process like?
I definitely think it's all of those things. Mindset is definitely very important. You have to be confident in your ability, but not too confident that you go out there like cocky. Like still wrestle your match, still be confident in your abilities. Like you're going to wrestle good people, but remembering that you're also good and like trusting your training really helps out a lot. And I did train more and seek out harder practices and whatnot to help prepare me.
Yeah, and then Caesar, you also had, I mean, this run that you've been on is a little bit different than JoJo's, right? Like you're dominating, when it comes to the high school season, and you got older brothers, that are doing really big things from the very jump. Multiple 4-time, 3-time state champs for older brothers, and then now you're a 2-timer. What's it like being the youngest brother? Because I had to ask that because I'm the youngest brother of 3 who were state finalists and all that. Not as good as what your older brothers are doing. They're set the bar way too high for you. But what's it like being the youngest brother and doing that, doing what you're doing and trying to capture as much as they are trying to capture?
I feel very blessed being the youngest. I get to learn from my older brother's mistakes, but they can all 3 different brothers just like give me something different. They always like teach me new lessons, and like they all have something different to offer. So I feel like all of those 3 things combined, it's just like going down to one person.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Now,
So
Jojo, hold on. Jojo, recently I just saw that you had committed to Colorado Mesa.
Yes.
And that's, was it a tough decision to get in and go ahead and wrestle in college? I know a lot of people struggle with that. And I got a comment from Tyler I'm going to wait to post it because that's for Caesar. So I'm going to wait there. But talk about the decision that it was to get to Colorado Mesa, and then just a decision that you did want to wrestle in college after high school.
Yeah, the decision to wrestle at Colorado Mesa definitely took some visits to other schools and talked to a few other coaches just to make sure that that's where I wanted to go. And the visit was wonderful. I loved the school itself and the team. So making the decision to go there wasn't hard after that. And then to wrestle in college after senior year state, I just thought, I was like, this can't be it. I feel like there was so much more that I wanted to achieve. So that was an easy decision after that to wrestle in college for sure.
Now, I asked the girls this before, but freestyle wrestling in college, folk style wrestling in high school. It seems like placing third at the US Open, your freestyle prowess is, only getting better because you've only had it, been wrestling in this style for a little while. But are you stoked to get to wrestle freestyle here for the
Yes.
next couple years? And
Yeah.
do you feel like you're stronger in freestyle?
you're retiring from folk style,
Yeah.
essentially, right? Like that's where we're at.
Yeah. I grew up with a background in judo, so that definitely makes me lean towards the freestyle side of things. But yeah, I like both styles, but I prefer freestyle.
Okay, all the girls said that. Now I got a comment right here from Tyler Jack. What college is Caesar signing with? Now you're young, Caesar. I know you're heading into your junior year. 2 state titles already. Is that correct? Two of them
Yep.
already. So I don't know what the rules are about them coming to approach you, but do you have any thoughts about it? I mean, is it on your mind?
Yeah, it's definitely on my mind, and so far I'm keeping my option open. So I haven't decided on specifically one college, but I do have some very few that I'm very interested in.
He's
Are
like,
you
come
interested
get me.
in joining your brother there at Utah
That
Valley?
would
Is
be-
that one of the,
yeah.
one of the ones on your list?
Yep.
Yep, it's on the list for my guy over here. That's for sure. Yeah. Now, what are your grades like, Caesar? Come on, top of the marks?
Yeah, I have a 4.0 with one AP class, so we don't have. I think it's weighted GPAs, so it could be higher in a different school system, but so far in mine, it's just normal. So
could be higher than 4.0.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow. Wow. My guy. Hey, and congrats to the family. That's a big deal. Obviously congrats to you because studying and doing that stuff, all that extra work, that's incredibly tough work. But I know it seems like you got a pretty great support system. Can you talk about your brothers, your parents, the support system you have? Because you come from a long line of state champions.
They might have the most state titles per their last name. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just speculating here. I don't know, but you guys have a lineage. That is a lot of state titles in your family. Yeah, like Matt said, talk about your family. What do they mean to you? What is it like being in the Quintanilla family?
Yeah, they mean a lot to me. I feel like I've been going down to visit few months. So the first visit I went down to go meet with Isaac, and he gave me something new to work on. You just can't be afraid anymore. Just go out there and compete. And he has a great mindset going into things. I feel like that's something he really taught me. And then my brother Clay, he's he knows a lot of technique. So he teaches me all these new things, these flashy things, but at the same time, he knows how to keep it basic. So, and then Kiveli, he knows definitely how to push a pace on me. And having him in high school, I know he wasn't down a lot since he was at the Olympic Training Center, but every time he did, he showed me everything that they're working on and what workouts to do and everything that's new that I should be doing and implementing for myself.
So
All right, Caesar. I know he's got a 4.0, Caesar, but can you count this, Caesar, from Tyler Jack? How many tri-state titles the whole family's got? Can you count that up? Or
Ooh. I know I've won 2. I think my older brother Clay has won 1.
got him
So,
there.
I forgot how much Isaac. I know Kidali's definitely won 1.
No. 3.
He's won 3.
Kidali's 3.
Kidali's 3.
Okay, who's in the background, Caesar?
It's my mom.
Okay, can we get the
He
mom
knows the
on the
numbers more
stream?
than me.
Can your mom say hello to the people here?
Mom. Yeah, she's making sure the amount, but yeah. So Isaac has 3. I know Clay has 4. I have 2, so that's 6. And I think if my mom's right, Kidali has 3.
And a
So
couple
that
dogs.
should be 9.
Okay, we
9
got
or 8.
9.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Jojo, I'm going to kick it back to you because I think this is a question we can bring to both of you guys. But who's coaching you down at Fargo? And right now, I mean, I want to know who your coaches are on the daily. I don't know if your coaches that you're working with right now are down there at Fargo. So that's one question I'd like to ask. And then 2, just in general, who's coaching you and who means something to you? I mean, let's talk about those guys. Or girls.
For the Washington team national coaches, we haven't decided yet the exact coaches, but I have one of my club coaches, Tony Nunez, he will be here, really coaching me. But the national team coaches will be assigned tonight. There's a great team of coaches: Bodie, Brian, Porteous, London, Houston, Desiree.
Okay, hold on. Caesar's dogs are barking so loud. Is that your dogs? There's a mute button on the bottom of your thing if you'd like to mute yourself. Okay, Jojo, go ahead. Sorry, the dogs, the Caesar family, the state champion dogs on the Denisa family. Go ahead with that whole thing again, Jojo. Sorry.
Yeah, so the national team coaches are yet to be assigned. I know most of them very well, so whoever I get put with will be great. We have Bodie Brian Porteous, Desiree, Phoenix, London, Houston, a bunch of great coaches. I also have Tony Nunez, which is the coach for Ascend. He will be helping me out too. So not 100% sure who the main 2 are, but I know Tony's coming, and whoever I get will be great coaches for me.
And what do they mean to you? I mean, I know that, you know, you've ascended quite quickly here, and it's obvious, you know, obviously you got a lot of praise for the coaches, but I'd love to hear about it. I mean, who's putting in good work with you and getting you to the top?
Tony actually reached out to me after I think I think it was my first Fargo, saying that he wanted to help me achieve my goals and work with me more. So he is definitely a big help. I also have a few coaches back home. Chris DeCunio, I go to his practice a lot, and he has a lot of support, or supports me a lot, and really wants to see me reach my full potential. On the Washington team, they really supported me to come out this year to get some more seniors out here. Bodie, he really sees the leadership that I have, and I think all of them are just great at encouraging me and supporting me.
Now, Caesar, we'll go ahead and you can unmute yourself now. Let's talk about your coaches now. Now, one of your coaches, you know, it's actually kind of funny because we had both of your coaches on our podcasts earlier in the year. You know, one of your coaches, Brian Owens, coaching our Pan Am team right now in Peru, and we had one champion so far on the girls' side, which was phenomenal. I think Sam had reposted that. But you know, how often are you working with Brian Owen or the Owen family, Caesar?
I work out with them a lot. They're a huge family friend of ours, and they're actually my godparents.
Oh wow!
So they're
awesome.
They're a huge part of my family, and I think of them as a second family as well as the Roberts family too.
And the Roberts family, who was that family?
That is Kevin Roberts.
And what do those guys mean to you? I mean, let's talk about, you know, their impact in your career and your life so far.
Yeah, they set me up. They definitely set me up for the best. I know Kevin's always trying to get me in with like these big guys. I know DeShazer was just recently down here, and Kevin set me up with them for a little bit before he had to head out. And yeah, so Kevin's always bringing in new people for me to work out with, and then like Brian, he's great still. He can still wrestle. He's very good at wrestling. Same with Kevin. He'll jump in a couple times, but they're a huge part of how I got here now, and very thankful for them. As well as Bundy, I know he's a Greco god. I mean, he's very good at Greco.
That's awesome. So you're at Inland Northwest, right? That's
Yep.
your main training center.
Yep.
Who's in the room pushing you while you're there?
Brian's definitely pushing me. I know he definitely wants me to be up there at the top. And then I also go to 2 clubs really. So one Kevin and Brian are at, and then the other one it's Kevin Roberts and then Ryan Montang at Prometheus. So that's another great place where I can go and just start scrapping.
What about practice partners though? Who are you practicing with in the room out there? Who's pushing you in Spokane? Because we're on the west side. We need to know who the Spokane practice partners are that are pushing you and who you're practicing with out there.
Yeah.
Let me grab my notepad. I need my notepad right now. Who are these partners?
Yeah.
So one's at Fargo right now, Libby Roberts. She's very good. She's a great partner to wrestle with. And then Kevin Roberts will hop in a couple times. And then Brian Owen, I usually practice with him, and he'll give me a run for sure. And then as well as his son, Ryder Owen.
Yeah.
Give you a run. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, do you give Brian a run?
I try. He still has it in him. He's definitely bigger than me, but might as well go for it.
He's still got it in him. That's funny. We're gonna tell Brian you said that. That'll be fine. Jojo, top 15 ranked nationally on Flow. Top 15. I mean, we're gonna pump that up here, right in a minute, right? I mean, Jojo, are we going in there to win that thing or what? Because we're gonna need that from you. No pressure, but pressure, Jojo. But I mean, you have to be thinking this is your tournament.
Yeah, that's definitely a goal. If I place, I'll be happy, but it's definitely a goal for sure.
Now, Caesar, you were close to All-Americaning, if that's a word, at the U.S. Open as well, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
And then you were close, I think, last year too, if I'm correct again. So what are we going in? I mean, do you have a little bit of pressure, or are you also kind of on the same boat? Like, we're going into place? What's your mindset right now?
I feel like the main goal for me is definitely, of course, I want to try to win it, but it's also a good thing to have where it's like a tournament of reflection. I feel like that's the biggest takeaway you can have. So I definitely want to go in and win it, but let's say things don't go my way. And I feel like it's great to wrestle and like go back and just reflect off of what I did wrong. Even if I did win, I definitely do want to double AA, and I'm hoping to go in there and win it.
We got a question for you here. Did you used to practice with Parker Hamilton?
Yes, I did. He was another great. He used to be one of my best friends back in the day. We were very close family friends with them as well.
Go ahead, Sam.
That's awesome. What about? I want to ask you about Kobe Quintanilla. Is he still? He's in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Is he wrestling with you a little bit? Because we've been eyeing him a little bit, and I've been talking to Coach Owen about him a little bit. I'm trying to tap into these Spokane guys. What does Kobe bring to the table for you? I know he's a little bit younger, but he's kind of an up and comer. What do you think about Kobe?
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be one of the stars of Washington, is what I think. Especially being a son of Shane Quintanilla, a great wrestler. He placed at NC2As, I know, in the past, and just having that around too. I forgot about the Quintanillas. They're also in the room as well. And they bring a great practice partners, and they're just amazing to have around.
Caesar, you mentioned wrestling with Libby, and Jojo, you wrestle at Ording, a powerhouse, you could say it. I'll start with Jojo. cross training with the boys? Does it happen often in the ording room, or how does that? What does that look like?
Yes, it does happen. The girls and boys, we have the same practices. Most of the girls partner with each other, but whenever I need like a push, I wrestle with people like Dom and AJ. I try to get in with the boys to get a better look, you know.
Now, how do you feel about that? You are you for that? I know that I have. Now, this may be a little controversial, and I don't mean to, tip any feathers to anybody, but there's a lot of talk about that mixing the two. I'm 100% for it, especially if it's done the right way. It seems like it's being done the right way at Ording. Do you think that you've benefited from that?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think I've benefited from wrestling with the boys. I definitely think it can push a lot of the girls to be better, and just like going from like a super strong boy and then like maybe a smaller, less strong girl. It definitely helps get like I would say a foot ahead.
Now you're ranked 15th nationally. Any of the boys ranked nationally, or?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of either. So
Not yet.
not yet. But I mean, I think you're the show pony in that market here. I mean, are you dominating the boys in practice here, JoJo? That's really what I'm trying to know. Get to know here.
Not the state champs, but some of the other ones.
Nice.
But a lot of our state champ boys are very, very nice, very good partners, not crushing me when they're bigger, but yeah.
Now, Caesar, back to you. Same question. I mean, now you're on the flip side of that, right? So you're the boy wrestling the girl. You're cool with that. I would assume you are, because you're wrestling with Libby. It seems like a lot, and I know that Brian had talked about Libby a lot, and Libby's ranked nationally as well. So does she give you a run for your money?
Yeah, she does. She definitely does not give up. She does not care what you think. She goes out there and just dominates. She's definitely one of the hardest workers I know of personally, and yeah, she does not want to be treated like differently as, like, let's say, any of the other guys. So she's definitely very good.
Now so JoJo says when she needs to get a push, she wrestles the guys. Now for you, what do you get out of wrestling Libby?
She's a very great practice partner. She knows definitely how to push a pace, and then knows how to get the right technique at the same time. Being a son of Kevin Roberts a daughter of Kevin Roberts is like a huge part, I feel like, of how she grew up, and you can just see her effort and like training going, and you'll probably see it at Fargo this year. I know she's definitely going to be up there on the podium. So
yeah, and we would hope to maybe get Libby on here too, because we're expecting some big things out of her. I got an Instagram comment from one Tyrese here, and we'll start with JoJo. This is a multiple person question, but JoJo, what's your practices looking like right now heading into Fargo?
I was practicing roughly 3 times a week, with also some running and whatnot. The national team camps were on weekends. I went to a few of those, but there was a lot of senior big things also happening, so not too much. Still had my off days, but was working hard when I was in the room.
And Caesar, what about you? What's your practice, the schedule and what you're doing right now?
Usually starts at 9 a.m. and then previously mentioned the Quintanillas came back in town. I know Brian Owen's out, but he's still giving me tips on what to do. And so the Quintanillas are in the room, as well as the Roberts family is in the room. So having both of them in there, they're definitely pushing me. And so mainly the practices, just you go in there, start flowing, and then we get into what we did wrong, and then we fix that, and then we start flowing again. So I feel like that's definitely one thing that I love about those practices, as well as they throw in high intensity drills. And so, yeah, they're great to be around.
We got another comment here. Libby got a chance to win Tri-State next year, Caesar, from you.
Oh yeah, I think so. She's pushing herself. I know she definitely has a chance, is what I think.
Does she take you down a lot, or she get you on?
He's quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, I am a little bit bigger than her, so it's kind of hard you know.
She ain't
but
backing
she
down,
definitely-
like you said. She ain't backing down.
She
I
ain't
know
backing
that.
down.
I know
Yeah.
that. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah.
So,
So-
Caesar, we might have covered this before. I just forgot. Do you fly out tomorrow for
Yes,
Fargo?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the schedule like for you following that?
So after Fargo?
No, after you fly in, like what
Oh,
are you
okay.
doing as soon as you the wheels hit the ground, you're on the tarmac, and then you're getting off the plane? What's the schedule like for you as soon as you get to Fargo? Because we want to tap into that a little bit.
So my plan after landing is probably get some rest in and then go to practice, make sure get my finishing touches in, and then probably rest after that. I will probably be on weight by then, get some food in, and then just get ready for the next day.
Are you over right now?
I'm a couple pounds over. I'm only 2, so
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah,
you're
not too bad
within
at all.
range. Not bad at
Yeah,
all. Okay.
yeah.
And then what about practice partners and like people that you're going to be kind of rolling around with out there? Who's your go-tos? Who are your coaches? Who are you going to be linking up with as soon as you get out there?
I will probably be linking up with Kobe Quintanilla. He's a great practice partner, and I know Kevin will be there helping me out as well. So,
And
Nice.
Jojo, almost the same questions for you. I know it's coming up a lot quicker for you, but who are you? Do you have partners out there? Or you already plan to link with somebody? And then what's like a warm up routine for you heading in there? This is a little bit of a question we've asked, but are you a music person pre-match, or we'll ask Caesar that later too? But
For the pre-match, I definitely listen to some music, but I try to take it out or like not listen. I try to listen to the room and get a feel for how the tournament sounds and like whatnot right before my match, and I kind of just slap myself around, make sure the blood's flowing. I had a practice today before weigh-ins. It was just flowing to try to like refresh my memory on some takedowns and whatnot. Nothing too crazy, but I was practicing with Nia Cassidy and Mary Rush. But there's a lot of great girls my weight, like Adeline and Ashley and Zeta. They're all here and they're all great partners too.
yep, Adeline's there. We talked to her. She's raring up too. It's cool. We mention this every single time, but the women of Washington State are incredible, and we're really. I will just put this, and it's pretty lightly, but I'm sure every single person is going to be tracking where our girls are and competing, and we have a lot of nationally ranked girls. We all wish you guys good luck. You got the power of the entire state behind you guys, and we really, no pressure, but we really love watching you guys succeed. It's really cool, and it helps our boys get there too. I mean, we're definitely hustling, and Caesar and Justice and a lot of you guys that we love. We're expecting really big things out of, and it's kind of cool. But Caesar, I want to kind of ask you that question. You're warming up. Are you popping in some headphones, or do you not? Sam, it's surprising to me. I couldn't imagine not popping the headphones in. And we've had I would say the majority is anti-headphones at this point. That's been the answer. Caesar, are you on the headphone gang or anti-headphones?
I'm definitely on the headphone game. So I like to start off with a nice motivational speech. One of a big motivators for me is Conor McGregor. So I love listening to that guy. He's definitely a great guy to listen to before I start getting into competition, as well as I'm a huge Drake fan. You can ask anybody I know. I'm a huge Drake fan. So I always listen to him right before matches. So, yep.
Hey, we're a Team Drake here. Okay.
Yep.
Adeline, I had to accost Adeline. I said, "What are you doing? You are not going to switch sides on us like this." And so I almost had to throw her right off the podcast, but Team Drake all the way. Jojo, I saw you smirk when he said a Conor McGregor comment. Is that because you didn't expect it, or did you by chance also get a motivational Conor McGregor speech before, you put the music on?
Yeah, I do not have that. I was a little surprised, but it's good. No judgment here. I was just,
Hey, you know what? Caesar can hook you up with the motivational speech, and we can see how it rolls. We'll see. And if we win here, double side, everybody's going to be on the Conor McGregor motivational speech. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, Caesar, what are your goals going into Fargo, man? Well, actually, let's rewind a little bit because I had this on my brain before it's transition to me. So, I want to talk about duels. How did you feel duels went? And because you're coming off that was very recent, and it was a tough competition for you because you went up to juniors, right? And you're wrestling cadets, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
For Fargo. So you
Yep.
went up to juniors. Let me ask you first, what was the decision that made you go to junior duels?
A big decision was that, I just wanted to push myself, see where I was at with those bigger guys. And it's just more of like a why not push yourself? If the opportunity's there, I'm definitely going to take it. And it was definitely a great decision I made. And it helped me reflect on what I did. So I feel like I'm definitely inching closer to the top. And yeah, thanks to the duels.
Yeah. So talk about your experience there. How did it go for you?
It was a very fun time. I know with Trey, Justice, and all those other guys. It was a great
And the chicken
time.
wings. We heard about
Yep,
the
Did
chicken
you eat a lot of
wings.
wings? Because we heard that you guys were eating a lot of chicken wings out there. Did you eat a lot of wings?
I did not eat a lot of wings. I'm more of a pasta guy. So I definitely had a lot more pasta.
So it was not Caesar's choice to go the wings, Ruben. I know you're watching. Should have listened to Caesar. And we had a comment here. Great job at duels. But yeah, go back to talking about duels. So what was your record at duels, or do you felt like you had accomplished? I mean, like you said, you were going up in testing yourself. I don't think you were undefeated, but how did that go for you?
I think it was a great experience to just go out there. I know it definitely took some losses, some heartbreaking losses, but I feel like that just only motivates me to be better. I feel like the biggest win is off of a loss. So you're just going to get better after that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you had some quality wins out there too. I was looking at your track wrestling account. You had that big win against the Minnesota kid, I think it was Friedrichs or something like that. You were competing with the big dogs out there, man. Like you're going up there against the older boys, right? You're a sophomore entering your junior season and going out there and just putting yourself out there as a young guy going into junior duels. And I respect that completely. I think that was awesome to think about that. And then Coach Zuniga was saying, like, you're going 16Us, you're going cadets for Fargo. So, how do you feel like junior duels is prepared you for Fargo?
I feel like it was a great I feel like it definitely prepared me for what's up and coming. And not saying it'll be less hard, but I definitely know what the top competition is going to be like. So I'm already ready for this tournament. It helped. The national duels definitely helped out with Fargo and what I was going to be like and what the season's going to be like.
We had some Instagram comments here. Positive he had Ohio. Did you have Blaze? That was a question.
I did not have Marcus. No.
Okay.
I believe that was
Koyama.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we would have got him. I mean, what would you say was your hardest match? That was another comment that came in from Instagram.
My hardest match. Ooh, this is a tough question.
On the spot, Caesar.
I would say Fredericks. I think they're twins. I know I wrestled one brother, and then there's another brother that I wrestled.
And you beat one of them.
Yeah, I did beat one of them in Greco, and then I wrestled the other one in freestyle.
Yeah. Out there from Minnesota. Yeah, those are some tough boys. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Caesar, I got a couple more questions for you before we kind of close the podcast out with some questions for both of you guys. But I know you have a lot of pressure from your older brothers, and they set the bar high. Now, do you respond to that? I mean, some people, I've wrestled with a lot of people that have had older brothers that have been successful, and some people really, and I know that I'm putting you on the spot. So if you don't feel like you need to answer the question, that's fine. But do you thrive under the pressure that the older brother? I mean, you would have had 4 timers throughout the entire family had it not been for COVID, right? So it's like a technical no 4 timer, but you've won 2 already. So you've done the hardest work, in my opinion. Winning it as a freshman is the toughest thing to do, in my opinion. And then to continue it, I think gets a tiny bit easier as you grow older and more into your body to fulfill it out. But do you thrive under the pressure knowing that, you need to get behind your brother's horses here and make sure that you end up leading the pack?
Yeah. So I feel a little bit of pressure, but at the same time, these guys are just going to help me thrive. They want me to be better than they've already said it multiple times to me. They're like, I want you to be the best one. Even Kibeli have said that before. So I definitely know they're going to push me to be better. And with that pressure, I feel like it only thrives. It helps me thrive.
And we got a question, and I'll ask both of you guys from Instagram. Jojo, we'll start with you. What is a wrestling experience that you will never forget? That's a great question, Sam. Put that on the show sheet for next time.
Yeah, we got to add that.
We'll ask Jojo first.
Rapid fires.
I think the first one I'm thinking of is my first time at Fargo. I showed up here as a cadet, and my coaches convinced me. At the time, girls, cadets, and juniors were separate days. They convinced me to do both, and I wrestled a ton of matches, but I think it definitely helped me get a bunch of different looks. So that I won't forget. It was after like my last match, and I just broke down crying, but I knew like I had to come back and like whatnot. Like both my knees hurt so bad. My last match was really close. It was like 1928, something like that. It was crazy. But I'll definitely never forget that. And states. Winning state was like a huge goal of mine. I prayed about for like so long. So I'd never forget that one either.
Caesar, same question, bud.
Mine was definitely, I think it was Pan Am's last year in the finals with Brian Owen in my corner. That one was definitely like, I felt very happy about that one, just being at the time, actually, we didn't have a flag. So we used Vince Wizakis's, I believe it was Vince's. We used his shorts that had the American flag on it. I had to run around with that thing. So that definitely was my best wrestling experience. So, yeah.
Here's this Trey's mom right here, Jojo. I tried to say it how she commented it, with a couple exclamation marks. So, Jojo, what's up? That's Trey's mom. Trey's mom's a wonderful lady. So thank you for.
Dude, I love that the Vince Buzakis story. He's super good too. He's very highly ranked on Flow Wrestling.
Hey, if Caesar gets to a 4-time state title, somebody give him the shorts so he can run around with some shorts. 4-time state title. So, all right, guys, we'll go to our little bit of a rapid fire. We'll let you guys go get some rest, Jojo. So, Sam, start us off here.
We love to ask this question. It's one of my favorite questions, and prep yourself for this a little bit. But like, who do you guys look up to? Who is a wrestler that is older than you? It could be a college wrestler.
Not your brother.
No brothers. Brothers don't count. Family members don't count. A USA wrestler. Anybody that's older than you that you look up to, you try to emulate your game around. Because I think that's like a really big thing in the sport that is like in all sports, really. That is like, I think helps elevate your game a little bit. You kind of learn, you don't know them, but you kind of like are, watching them, and you're looking at film, and you're looking at on Flow Wrestling. Who is it for you, Jojo?
First, Trey Haynes' mom again. Caesar did her proud. Okay, she wants to say that. So, and that's Miss Haynes. She is a wonderful lady. Thank you again for tuning in. So, go ahead, Jojo.
I would say one of the people that come to mind is Claire DeCunio. She's actually someone I've worked with a little bit, but her winning nationals and me knowing her for the last few years was crazy. And Ducky just winning, that was pretty inspirational. I would say like the college girls that I run into, they're a huge inspiration to me because I'm like walking into where they're at, but like as a freshman, I don't know anything. So I kind of look up to them for advice. Like Anna just had her first year, and JoJo Vanderwood wrestles at wrestles in Iowa, and like those girls, I really look up to them about how hard they work. They're very dedicated, and I watch them in the room. They're super locked in with like learning new moves or just like improving every little thing, and I really look up to them for that.
That's
so
awesome.
if I remember right, and I've been this is crazy because I have so many wrestlers that I'm trying to follow right now, but I think Claire was wrestling at Colorado Mesa at some point, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. She started at Colorado Mesa and then just moved to King this last year.
Okay. Was she an influence on you going to Colorado Mesa? Did you talk to her about that or anything like that?
I talked to her about it a little bit. She had nothing but good things to say. It was just she felt that she outgrew it. There was other places, other partners, but that wasn't like my main focus. I wanted to get everyone's small opinion, but mostly focus on how I felt about it. So yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's really strong and really mature of you, and that's awesome. Caesar, same question, bud.
It might seem basic, but I was a huge JB fan. You know,
That's number 2 for Jordan Burroughs, by the way. I think that's what
Yeah.
I think didn't Trey say that too? Or
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it ain't basic, okay? One
Yeah.
of the greats, you know,
Yeah.
but what's a move that you might have taken right from him?
I've been trying to master his blast double. I know Kiveli got hit with it pretty hard. So I need to ask him how he does it. But he showed me a little bit of his technique. But yeah, I feel like a blast double is huge. I used to do it all the time. And then it slowly started transitioning into more shots. But a blast double, definitely.
Now, I'll stay with you, Caesar, with this question. What's your favorite takedown? Yours.
My favorite-
What's your bread and butter? What's your go-to?
My go-to is probably a single.
Straight single? Sweep
Yep.
single. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. And JoJo, what's your favorite? Oh, wait. Miss Haynes is she's here. She's in here. Bad Sam, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Excited to watch everyone here in Fargo. Let's go. That's it.
Dude.
We're here. I grabbed
It's
a
here.
protein shake before the thing because I wanted to feel like I was getting into it a little bit. But thank you so much. And we appreciate all the love. Like I said, over 1,500. That's just on Facebook. We got over 1,500 views on our last podcast just on Facebook. And so it grows exponentially from there. So we just appreciate everybody. We're out here trying to do it and prop up these wrestlers. So JoJo, like your favorite takedown, what's your go-to?
I'd probably say it's a knee tap or a knee pick. Yeah.
Underhook to a knee tap, knee pick.
Yeah, I would either go collar tie or underhook to set that up. I could do it off a Russian.
What about a head and arm? Because you were in our top 3 US Open for throws. That head and arm was nasty. You like that one too, right?
Yeah, I try to keep it in my back pocket for sure.
Yeah, if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I don't want to overuse it because then
Yeah.
Caesar, Brian Owen just tapped in here. Good luck from Peru. Isn't that nice? He's in the Instagram feed right in Peru. Wow. Brian, you're crushing it for us, brother, over there. So we all good luck to everybody over there. That's really awesome. That's awesome. Go ahead, Sam. Next question.
Well, I want to add, this is very relevant. We're going to start with JoJo. Or maybe we should start with Caesar because this is even more relevant for JoJo. So post weigh-in food. What are we going after we made the weight and we stepped up the scale? I know we're thirsty. I know we're hungry. What do we got? Like let's start with that. Like we'll go into other stuff later on, but like you got up the scale and you're going into your bag or you're running up to the bleachers, whatever you got. Like what do you got, Caesar?
I have Uncrustables definitely in my bag, but specifically the Nutella Uncrustables. Those are the best ones.
That is a low key, like Uncrustables are on fire right now, just to say. Like people are loving the Uncrustables today. The Nutella one though, that's fire. I might need to try me one of those. I'm a big Nutella guy over here. You know what I mean? Is that all that's in the bag, Caesar?
There's definitely a Body Armor or a Celsius in there. I'm a huge fan of those drinks.
Okay. Yeah. JoJo, what do you got? What did you have?
What did you have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like right after weigh-ins, because we brought our bags with us, I had a water and a vitamin water and it was so good. I was so thirsty. I also like body armor. Fruit is a big thing for being dehydrated and stuff. I've been wanting Chipotle for like 3 days, so I got that too. But I tried to start off with the full of hydration, stuff, and then the carbs and protein.
Yeah, the answer to that question, the after weigh-in question, should be the healthier snacks.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna flip it. The post-tournament snack. What's in the
Or meal.
so in my I'm from Everett, right? That's where I coach. And Otto Olson, right? He had this thing. We did our alumni we did our 3-time. He was a 3-timer, I think, not a 4-timer.
Okay.
I think
All
he
right,
lost
sorry.
his freshman year.
Yeah,
But either way, we did our alumni night, and there was some newspaper clippings that we found, and the newspaper clipping was of Otto on the side of the mat his senior year, and he had a box that was called a snack box. And the story is that every snack he wanted during the season went into the box. And then the second he won state his senior year, he cracked the box open, just started eating. It was a freaking animal. He was eating it at candy bars and pretzels. And so what's in your snack box, JoJo? Post-tournament snack box.
I really like gummies, like those Albanese gummy bears in the white package. I love those. I think just most kinds of candy, but definitely those little blue sharks. I like all kinds of
blue shark.
Blue
We got
sharks.
a blue shark sighting. We're gonna have to clip this and put together all the snacks that people like. Caesar, what's in your snack box?
Mine is goldfish and Nerds gummy
Nice.
clusters.
Oh,
Nerds gummy
Yep.
clusters. Wow.
those are my daughter's favorites. They
Wow.
love those, bro. And I love them too.
Yeah.
There's no age restriction on those at all.
I said this before, but I'm a trolley sour gummy worm guy. I mean, I don't, Caesar's chuckled at me. He's
Dude,
like, really?
Caesar's cutting weight right now.
Caesar's like,
as we speak.
Trolley's, you're a chump. That's what he said.
This is tough for him right now.
It's just giving me ideas. That's all right.
All right, guys, I just want you to know I'm going to cut the Instagram feed right now. If you want to tune in, we have just a couple questions left for these wonderful competitors. We're going to end that. Hop over to the YouTube. The link is in our bio, I think, but you should be able to figure it out. Thank you, guys. We'll cut that. Yes, and we're cut on Instagram. Now we're back here to finish the last couple questions. Sam, which one's next here? Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I still like this one too. What's your favorite wrestling shoe, Caesar? Do you got something? What are you rocking right now? And what do you like? What's in the bag, or what do you hope is in the bag? I guess down the road that you're like, man, I want that shoe. Something that you are looking forward to purchasing someday.
Right now, I have some EXEOs that I got from a friend, but definitely Nike Influx are huge. I feel like those are just the best shoes for me to compete in because I'm so used to it.
That's number 2 for the Inflict, by the way. I think we got to start doing a tally. That's 2 for the Inflict. JoJo, what do you got on the yeah, we got the XEO too. That was number 2, I think, as
Malia
well.
did. Yeah, she likes those. And I think who else is rocking those too? Dayton Johnson and a couple other those are ASICs, right?
Yep.
XEOs? Yeah.
Yep.
Those are tough. JoJo?
Yeah, I like Inflix too. I have 2 pairs, and I'm gonna wear them this time around too. I definitely want some new shoes, but I don't know what yet. But
now, a question is: Do wrestling for college are they supplying you some shoes to wear? I mean, are you a sponsored athlete once you get there? Or?
I know we're gonna get a lot of gear, but I'm not sure if we are also getting shoes. Not sure on that yet. We are getting lots of gear.
Now, question for both of you here, because this kind of, shocked us from our last podcast, but are your guys' wrestling shoes falling apart after one season or what? I mean, are they crumb, or are you able to get a couple seasons out of them, Caesar?
Influx, usually I can only get 1 season out of it, but at least I get brand new shoes after that from my parents.
Wow. JoJo?
My Inflix have lasted, I think, about 2 seasons. They get kind of stretched out, and the laces are extra long, but so far they're pretty good. No holes or anything. But
This is a shame. I mean, we need to do something about this, guys, because back in our day, these shoes lasted 6, 7, 8. You could pass them down almost generations. I mean, when you start wrestling, you got a box in the corner from 1986 and the shoes are still around. You guys get a pair of shoes for a year and it's completely torn. I mean, you almost done thrown away. We need to do a PSA to these companies. We need better wrestling shoes. Sorry, that's a rant. I did that on me, but sorry, I don't like this here. You know what I mean? But Caesar, we heard from you that you got Drake in the headphones. What else do you got playing? Is it hip hop? Do you have an eclectic? Is there multiple Conor McGregor things in there, or what do you got?
I like listening to old Conor McGregor. I know he's definitely changed
Trey
a
Haynes'
little
mom's
bit.
on my side about the shoes. Caesar, I'm sorry about it, but I cannot
Yeah.
be handling this. Okay, sorry about it. Go ahead, Caesar. What else is in the playlist?
Yeah, so definitely Drake, and then some 21 Savage. I like my hip hop and rap.
And then the Drake and 21 Savage album that they had,
Yep,
it's a
that's
wonderful
definitely
masterpiece that you like to play. Yes, I got you. Jojo, what's on your playlist?
Recently I've been listening to a lot of worship music, actually. I think it helps put me in the right mood and like headspace. Remember who's in control and who's got my back, basically. So a lot of worship music, if not some like rap, but no one like super specific.
Okay, good. That's nice. Coach Pete, where's Coach Pete? I mean, come on. I told Coach Pete he popped
He
in
only
last
shows
week.
up now and then.
Now and then, Coach Pete. We need a little more consistency here, but I think that's it. I think, Sam, right? I think that would be it. I just want to appreciate you guys for one getting to the tournament, and that's a big deal. I think we talk a lot about trying to expand the team. Caesar, you were on it this year, right? And it seems like you're absolutely locked in. Expanding our teams at duels and getting people to Fargo, getting more wrestlers to postseason wrestling. That's a commitment in itself, right? We go to school. We have a dedication to go to school. Jojo, you're dedicating yourself to continue your school and to continue your okay, I won't read that. Trey Haynes' mom sent me personal messages in the comments. I won't read that. She told me not to read that one. So, but we appreciate you guys for getting to the tournament. Okay, that's a big deal because not only are you representing yourselves, but you're representing the state. You're representing kids that'll come behind you, or even Caesar in your situation, older kids than you, because you're doing a great job. And want to tell you that we really appreciate you for doing all the things you're doing and testing yourself as you're young. And same thing for you, Jojo. You were younger doing it. Now you're a senior doing it. You're really setting the path for a lot of people as we're trying to do and just saying, hey, get out to postseason wrestling, get out to these tournaments. We're sending our first kid from our coached class there who took second in state. And we're like, hey, it's invaluable, the amount of lessons that you learn walking through those doors. And we just really appreciate you. And Sam, I know you have some appreciation as well.
Yeah, man. It's you guys. We brought you on because you're pound for pound the best wrestlers in the state. That's why we brought you on. And it's an honor to have this conversation with you guys and be able to just talk about wrestling and your guys' experiences and what you're doing in the past, the present, the future. And we are so excited to watch you guys compete at this tournament. And win or lose, we got your back, and we're gonna be following you along the way. And we're just super excited for you guys, and we're super excited to watch you, and super excited to follow you as you go through this whole thing. And we wish the best of luck to both of you, and best of luck. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Jojo, how can everybody follow you or follow your path? You can, I actually thought about this. I'm like, man, what if they don't want to be followed? So if you don't, you could just say, follow my track wrestling account. But if you would like to have people follow your Instagram or follow your journey, where can everybody find you?
My Instagram is Jojo _McDaniel _.
Don't forget the
Double
last
underscore.
Yeah,
Yep,
you
yep.
might not find her if you don't. But Caesar,
Don't want a fake
where?
account.
Yeah, where can everybody find you, Caesar?
So my Instagram handle is Caesar, and then my last name, and then 1.
That's awesome, guys. Well, we'll
Yep.
we'll go ahead and let you guys sign off. But all the faith in the world. Let's get some AAs out there, and we really appreciate you guys. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Safe travels. All right, Sam, there it is. I mean, a couple Fargo competitors, I think we got a couple AAs to give out here. We got a couple win chips we're gonna get out of these kids, and I'm excited to watch it. I think JoJo starts tomorrow, right? I think.
Yeah, they start tomorrow. The girls start tomorrow, and it's going to be a crazy week. And we are all going to try and follow this as much as we can, and try and post updates as much as we can, post some clips and get everybody tuned in as much as we can. It's hard because we got a lot of wrestlers wrestling out there, right? The ones that are going to be moving on, they're going to get some more publicity, obviously, because they deserve it. But we're going to try and just cover everything. And this is besides state, this is it. This is big time, dude. Like when it comes to freestyle and Greco, this is the biggest tournament of the year. It is huge. It's huge for our state. It's huge for these wrestlers to showcase themselves as they move forward. And we are just stoked to follow them as they move along. And look, we get national champions every few years, every other year, somewhere in there. Who's going to rise to the top? We don't know, but somebody will, and we're excited to see who does it. It could be JoJo, it could be Caesar. We don't know.
Could be out of line, Malia. I mean, we had them on. Could be Bella Blue Eyes. You know what I mean? That's what she, and that's really cool. And again, we really appreciate everybody for following us. You can find us at washington.wrestling.rankings, and we got some fun stuff that we have coming up in the future. If you've stuck around this long, we will let you know that Coach Feist from Tahoma will be our next guest. He will be coming on next Friday. That's going to be a big podcast for us. And then pretty much from there, we really start digging into our preseason stuff and start to move forward with the people that we have spoken to that really support us. And we can just use all the follows, the likes, the subscribes, everything. And we just are really appreciative of it. So for Sam Otto, I am Matt, and we will see you next time.